the secondary market. Is it possible that it's bananas all over again? And I say, yes. And just what does wizard juice and off-world Jawa egg juice and coffee, regular or decaf, and spatchka, and proper 66, and good old-fashioned water, and straight up Hot Toys positivity all have in common? Well, 6-scale Cantina, baby. Let's dive into it right now. All right, and welcome everybody to another episode of the Market Value Chart Show right here at 6-scale Cantina. So before we get into it, I will be live once again this coming Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern, and the Dark Jedi, Aries Tarrington, will be serving up all the Star Wars Hot Toys talk, along with a full panel. You don't want to miss it. Again, this coming Saturday, 6 p.m. Eastern. And I will also be live this coming Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern on the Man of Hot Collectibles stream. Dante, what you gonna do when the Dark Jedi Aries Tarrington goes on all these live shows and talks up and serves up all this coffee for you? What you gonna do? Oh, man. I'm pretty excited right now. Did you see that trailer for the Book of Boba? Yeah, baby. Yeah, come on. It is starting. It is starting. The hype machine of Disney is going to start promoting that baby. Did you see Fennec? I can't wait for that figure announcement, which means Live and Raw is forthcoming. I cannot wait. Anyway, look. Let's go ahead and dive into some of the bananas that are all over the place within the secondary market. So like we always do with every market chart show, let's go to 6-scale Cantina. And if you don't have 6-scale Cantina bookmarked, you may want to consider doing so because it has all the Star Wars secondary market trends, whether figures are trending up, or figures are trending down on what price they are, or if they're steady. So you can get that with the market value chart. And also in the biggest mover section, what figures within a particular week are trending up or down the most. Also, you get all the information on my channel, like when's the next show, or what the latest show is, or the latest stream, or the latest flash stream, which is going to be a few of those, at least, with this fourth quarter. For sure. But you'll also get all the breaking news for Star Wars Hot Toys, like you see here. This short trooper from The Mandalorian that was just released last week. And who knows? Is it possible there's going to be more breaking news this week? We'll have to see and keep an eye on it. But let's actually go to the biggest mover section. And my. Just take a look here. So you see a bunch of new figures here, and look at all these troopers. Wow, so much going on with troopers right now. Just look at this list. Figures trending down, figures trending up. Let's talk about Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren, the Last Jedi, is sinking. Sinking fast, ladies and gentlemen. And it continues to sink. Let me bring up some recent data. And, pulling this up onto the screen. And you can see here when I pull this up, just back from October 24th with 6 bids, $215 for this particular figure, and 100% complete and no issues at all. Lots of pictures, not including shipping, not including taxes. And this figure is starting to sink just like the Kylo Ren from The Force Awakens sank when The Last Jedi version came out. And really, when you go to the market value chart and type in Kylo Ren to see exactly where this is at, it's very interesting indeed. And what I'll do is I'll just go to the chart here, and I'm going to type in Kylo. And when I do, all the Kylos are going to come out. And you see at the top of the list, Kylo Ren, The Last Jedi, MMS 438. Now $253 and trending down. Wow. Wow. The Force Awakens version is 211 and steady. So we're going to have to keep an eye on that. And certainly keep an eye on the Kylo Ren from The Rise of Skywalker, which I believe will be hitting Waitlist any moment on Sideshow. So we're going to have to certainly keep an eye on that for sure. But very, very, very interesting with Kylo Ren, as right now the demand for The Last Jedi figure is just not there. But there is demand for the Rise of Skywalker one, which many collectors believe is the superior one. How about Cody? Look at this Commander Cody here. Let's bring up some data on Cody. Cody is continually strong and on fire and inching up and up more and more and more and more. And I can pull this up onto the screen. And just going back here on this particular auction, just back from the very end of October, $450, not including the shipping, not including the taxes. And from a very reputable seller, Hawk Wars Toys. Almost 1,200 feedback, all 100% positive. And let's pull up some more Cody. And any way you slice it right now with this particular figure, it is just fetching really, really, really high prices. I'm pulling this up onto the screen. And this one here, and this is an auction. I'm pulling it on it with 42 bids. And you can see back just from October 30th, Halloween Eve, 42 bids, $421, not including shipping, not including taxes. Another outstanding seller, almost 600 feedback, 4 away. Wow. Cody is, and again, I'm keeping very close eye. I keep close eye on all the figures, but this figure is just outstanding. And it's no surprise to me, just for this figure in and of itself, that this figure is doing so well within the secondary market. But you have to wonder, is it possible that this particular figure here, Captain Rex, is having some type of effect now on Commander Cody? And is it even more possible that it could take Commander Cody and catapult that figure into the $500 tier range? And I say, yes. Look, Captain Rex is on fire, folks. And you could take a look at that figure right here. It is absolutely outstanding. Outstanding for sure. And as far as how it's selling, it is selling even in greater numbers than Commander Cody was. And as far as best-selling wise, it is the #1 selling figure for Star Wars Hot Toys. And I'll go ahead and just flash that on the screen for you. Right here. And you can see right here. #1. Then you got the Death Watch Mandalorian, and then those 2 501st. Look at that. Then you got Lando. Lando's still 5. Wow. Tells you a lot about the original trilogy figures of the secondary market. And they didn't make very many of those. Keep an eye on Rex. That's a long time at #1. I wonder how fast Cody would have sold out if it was selling at #1. like that. Very, very interesting indeed, for sure. And again, going to this figure, it is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And I do think with this Commander Cody that it's going to be a $500 tier range figure. And really, I don't really see how, when Rex does hit waitlist, whatever that is, that it's just going to be a figure around the Death Trooper from Mandalorian range, or the Incinerator Trooper, or even where the Rey is, which is doing really well for Rey. I just think it's going to be extremely high, extremely fast, and not far behind Cody. And as far as where Cody is sitting right now within the market value chart at 6scalecantina.com, let's go ahead and just take a look real quick. And if you're ever looking for a price of where the figure's trending, just type it in this search box. But let's put in Cody, and let's see. You can see right here, now it's breached the $430 tier range and trending up at $431 and rising. Wow. Very, very, very interesting indeed. Let's go back to the biggest mover section and see what else is shaking. And there's some real interesting things here. Look at the Leia Endor. You know, and I brought it up on the live show. That with the Leia Endor and the Leia Bespin and the Leia Hoth, it's all the same head sculpt. And sure, they can go ahead and reissue any one of those. They could even reissue the A New Hope Leia. But they wouldn't get me to buy a Leia again. Is it possible that they would go ahead and put out like a Bespin Escape Leia, which is basically the Hoth Leia for all intents and purposes, but with the hair pretty much more like the Bespin Leia here? Are they going to do that? And I say yes, I think they're going to give you that version. I think they're also going to give you the Leia Ceremony. And I think they're also going to give you another Leia Endor figure, two of them. A Leia with the bounty hunter disguise, and certainly a Leia from when she was talking to Luke with her hair down. The Forest Moon of Endor. And look at Leia and look at Rey. These ladies are trending high, along with Boba Fett. 40th anniversary. Let's go to Leia, Rey, and Boba Fett. Let's see where they are. And look, let's actually just go to, you got Heavy Infantry Mandalorian on the rise. Darth Vader, Empire Strikes Back 40th on the rise. Dark Side Anakin, told you, on the rise again. Let's take a look at all these. I'm pulling this up onto the screen, some data anyway. Pulling up this Leia Endor. And going back, just from October 27th, an auction. Very reputable seller. With over 10,408 feedback, 100% positive, 36 bids, $325 with free shipping, not including taxes, for the Endor Return of the Jedi Leia. And you have to wonder, how's Lando going to do once he goes on waitlist? Nobody wants original trilogy figures. You have a lot of Leias you could choose from. Seems like people want multiples of them. Is it possible that we're going to get a Lando for Return of the Jedi? And I say, yes, you're gonna. Why I won't buy it? Okay, cool. I respect that. I'm gonna buy it though. There's gonna be some that are, and if they can sell 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 of them, they're gonna make it. Especially if they have the head sculpt already. Don't kid yourself. Let's go to some other ones here. Wow, there's just so many to go through here. Let's take a look at Dark Side Anakin. Starting to rise up again. And you can see here, back from October 24th with 28 bits. $710. Not including shipping, not including taxes, and this is showing signs all over the place of starting to trend up and rise. And how about Rey? Rey. Let's go ahead and pull it up on the screen. And you can see right here, back from the very end of October, another very positive seller. $329.99. Not including shipping, not including taxes. Wow. Let's go to another Rey. Let's go to an auction Rey. As a listing Rey, selling all day around that price. Here it is at an auction, just back from Halloween, with 33 bids. $313, but not including shipping of $20, not including taxes. Look at that feedback. 38,740, all positive. Rey and Dio's hot. Rey and Dio is hot. And performing hotter than the Death Trooper and the Incinerator Trooper did when those hit waitlist. Very interesting indeed. Let's go to some other ones here. I mentioned about the new Book of Boba Fett trailer, right? Well, here you go. Another listing at $350 and gone goodbye. A very, very, very good seller. Almost 9,000 feedback. And Boba Fett Empire Strikes Back, just like the 40th anniversary of Darth Vader. And just like the vintage color Boba Fett, just like the Attack of the Clones Yoda. It is absolutely a marvel right now on how that particular figure is going. Pulling that up on the screen. Just take a look. It is a sweet figure. And you know with the Book of Boba Fett that this is only going to probably catapult it up in price even higher at a quicker rate than it normally would have. And is it possible that this figure will breach the $400 tier range before the end of the last episode of the Book of Boba Fett series? And I say, yes. And look, and even with all this stuff going on, a lot of interest in the original trilogy. There's that Leia Endor I was just talking about. And the big news on this, and we'll take a look at it in just a second, is this figure has breached the $300 tier range, joining the Bespin Leia. And I've already talked about Rey. And with all the excitement about the Book of Boba Fett and all the other figures, this figure continues to perform. It's not a mystery to me, because the Rey and BB-8 continue to perform, and so has Rey the Last Jedi. And I've been keeping an eye on those as well. And they are steady. Not losing a beat like that Kylo Ren. Isn't that interesting? Like that Kylo Ren from The Last Jedi. Very interesting. Wow. And the other one here, I didn't really think that this was going to continue to sink down. I think this will have some ebbs and flows, but no matter what they come out with the Clone Wars, it's not this figure. This is Darth Vader. And not to go through the whole Darth Vader thing again, but this is Darth Vader. And at the end of the day, some collectors are realizing I don't have this version of Darth Vader within my collection. That's what's going to happen with the Boba Fett 2-pack. Wait a minute, I don't got that version of Boba Fett, because that is Boba Fett. Very, very interesting stuff indeed. So let's go ahead and let's actually go to the market value chart, 6scalecantina.com, and let's actually see where some of these figures are sitting. And I'm going to very quickly type in Leia. Let's start off with her. And putting in Leia, and you'll get all the Leias that come up. Let's take a look. And going right to Leia Endor. Look at that. Now $305 and rising. Leia Bespin right under it. $308 and rising. And look at Leia from The Last Jedi. $273 and rising. While all the other Leias are steady. Of course, the Leia and Wicket 2-pack is starting to rise as well. And when you put in Anakin and putting that in here, you can see Dark Side Anakin trending up now at $681 and rising. And is it possible that this figure will once again breach the $700 tier range? And I say yes. But the more important question is it possible that this might come out again in some way, shape, or form that's going to be slightly different than the exclusive version in some way? And I say, yes, I do. I do. Again, remember, it doesn't matter that it sat in stock for forever and a day. That was when all the dark clouds were, there's so much negativity. And whether it was right or wrong, it was just so much negativity that it brought everybody down. And we're going to get into some of that stuff a little bit later into this episode. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Let's just go back to the biggest movers section real quick and show you some other very, very interesting things that are going on within the secondary market. And you can see here that the Darth Vader from Rogue One and the Darth Vader Empire Strikes Back 40th are both on the rise. Whether Hot Toys reissues one of these or gives us Return of the Jedi Vader, we're going to get another Darth Vader. And remember, we have 25 Iron Mans and 17 Spider-Mans, and I'm pretty sure if you ask everybody on Earth, they know who Spider-Man is and they know who Darth Vader is. And they may even know who Darth Vader is more than Iron Man. Darth Vader, that is. Maybe. We could certainly have one Darth Vader on the market. I'm pretty sure we're going to have several. We'll talk about that in a little bit, too. Look at that heavy infantry Mandalorian. It is hot, baby. That figure's got past the $400 tier range. It is hot. First Order Stormtrooper set. Look at this. Look at this irony. First Order Stormtrooper set all the way down. It's like $120 for this figure, for this set. But you got the Jedha Stormtroopers 2-pack at $700 something and rising. It's like a total night and day. And look at the Death Trooper Specialist. Very, very interesting down here. You got the Death Trooper Specialist Deluxe, which has breached a $600 tier range. And you got the Death Trooper Specialist in a $500 tier range. But yet you still got the Death Trooper from the Mandalorian trending a little bit down from where it was. That's not going to last. Eventually you're going to see the Death Trooper Bando rise up again for sure. The Incinerator Trooper eventually will rise. Forget about the Snow Trooper from Empire. You see where these troopers are going? Don't tell me they're not going to come out with a Snow Trooper from Empire Strikes Back. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out with it tonight in 40th anniversary packaging. You kidding me? I mean, who's not going to buy this trooper? You're buying a Mustard Trooper, but you're not going to buy an Empire Strikes Back Snow Trooper? Look, and that's not even the video game one. They actually released this. They obviously didn't release enough of them. I'm telling you right now, you heard it from 6 Scale Cantina, this is coming out again. Mud Trooper, that's not going to last long. It's going to go up. Forget about it with this Jyn Erso Imperial disguise. Yeah, very, very interesting indeed, for sure. And I'm just so excited right now for Star Wars. The Book of Boba Fett's coming again. Did you see the trailer, baby? Bosk is gonna be there. Are we gonna get a Bosk figure? But anyway, I'm excited about Star Wars Hot Toys. It's a great time to be a Star Wars fan and collect Star Wars Hot Toys. So, Off-World Jawa Egg Juice. It's awesome, baby. And that was kind of magic, wasn't it? In the Mandalorian Season 1, when we saw the Jawas. Wow. And, you know, Din Djarin brought back the egg from that monster. and it was just so cool. It was so cool. And that's what it's all about. I mean, I have a lot of fun with Hot Toys and with collecting action figures, collecting toys, collecting in general. And when it's not fun, if it's not fun, then I don't do it. Because there's enough stuff in life that isn't fun, right? So you gotta have some fun with this stuff. And I couldn't be more tickled pink that with the notion that Hot Toys is going to be coming out with Star Wars figures that I'm really looking forward to. I mean, I can't wait for that C-3PO because that would just about, now that we got Lando Calrissian, make Hot Toys a full general Star Wars collection. It's hard to call it that without having C-3PO. That's what I was saying, some time ago before the Lando was announced. And that it's hard to call it a Star Wars collection, a general one, if you don't got 3PO and you don't got Lando. Now that you got 3PO and Lando, pretty much, I mean, from the prequels, you really need Padme. We need Padme in there. It'd be nice to have Mace. Nice to have the whole Jedi Council, but it'd be nice to get Mace in there. I feel like from Rogue One, we're missing a real critical piece in Baze. We got Chirrut. Real interesting there. Missing a real critical piece with Cassian. I think we're going to get that as well. We're missing some others for sure. But I think that, with the pieces I mentioned there, those are the real critical ones. I mean, you need you need General Kenobi for the Clone Wars. That is going to be coming out, especially since they introduced that Clone Wars collection. At the very least, you have to get that figure. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just such a cool time, and it's great to really put together that they are really putting a large emphasis in Star Wars, and really because of what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni have done. I mean, they knocked it out of the park, baby, with season 1. They knocked it out of the park. And then they loaded the bases again and hit it out of the park with the bases loaded with season 2. And that's really what's setting the table for all this, because there's a lot of interest. There's a lot of interest in Star Wars right now. And really, where there's positivity, there's room for growth. And there's excitement. Because let's face it, when the sequels came out, and not so much with The Force Awakens, because that was exciting. But really, when all the controversy of The Last Jedi came out, wow, I mean, it was very negative. It was very negative. And it was hard, even if you were positive about it, to stay positive because of all the negative energy. Usually what happens when you have a hot front, everything's hot, you got one front, and then you got another front that comes in, and it clashes, you get this kind of storm. And there were a lot of figures. Let's face it, the Emperor sat in stock how long? How about the Dark Side Anakin? How about some of these figures that didn't move really well, whether it was in the, Rogue One line or the Solo line? But it's a different ball game now. It's a different ball game. And, what Favreau and Filoni have done with The Mandalorian is just absolutely special. And that's exciting because, let's face it, Marvel's real exciting. A real good job with Infinity War and Endgame and the movies before that, and now see what Star Wars is doing with The Mandalorian season 1, The Mandalorian season 2, and that's not even movies. Although it's a different world now, right? Isn't it? With COVID-19, and even as we're getting to, we'll be moving towards a post COVID-19. The world's changed a little bit, and not surprising. And there's going to be some emphasis not just on movies, but obviously on television series, which Disney's going to be putting a lot of work into. You got four, baby. You got four Star Wars live action shows coming next year. And you have to wonder, what kind of exciting shocks and awe-inspiring moments is Disney going to do? And whether it's, Deborah Chow directing the Obi-Wan series, or Favreau and Filoni, or, they're all kind of working together for the greater good, and all working with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, with George Lucas. You have to wonder what kind of awe they're going to drop on us. Are we going to see Samuel L. Jackson back? Are we going to get K2SO in the Andor series? Yeah, I know, they said no. Just like, they didn't confirm Luke was in Mandalorian Season 2. Bill Burr wasn't in Season 2. Sometimes they're not going to tell you. Sometimes they're not going to tell you. If you knew everything, there'd be no shock. So, we're going to get some of that. We're going to get Liam Neeson back. It's exciting. Are we going to get Anthony Daniels and C-3PO? How cool would that be? So we already saw R2. We saw R5. Are we ready for 3PO? Are we ready for Goldenrod? You see, I got a smile on my face because when I first started collecting, a long time ago, as you can tell by my hair, in a galaxy far, far away, you used to rip open your figures and play with them. And you would dream about different scenes and recreate scenes from the movie and kind of guess, all kinds of fun stuff. And really, that's what it's all about. And people ask me all the time, why are you so positive? Why are you so positive? Well, why not? That's why I do this. If I wasn't positive, I wouldn't be doing 6-scale Cantina, baby. There'd be no purpose for it. I got enough tense and eye-fouling stuff I got to deal with in my own life. I'm sure you do as well. We need to do that when we collect toys. It's so easy to always point out the negative. My gosh. It's so easy to do that. And sometimes it's appropriate. But it's just not my speed, baby. I just, if I'm going to collect toys, it's not my speed. It's not that it's right or wrong. It's just not me. I don't want to do it with this. So I'll never do it with this. Sure, I'll point out, like, when, Hot Toys puts 2 Phillips head screws in an exclusive figure like the armor, and doesn't give you double jointed. Come on. Yeah, I'll always point out certain things. They blew it on May 4th. They did. I love I love Echo. That it wasn't the figure. It wasn't the figure we needed on May 4th. It wasn't the primary figure. May 4th is sacred, baby. Next year, is it possible Hot Toys will release all of that, or announce all of that, but also give us some Favreau and Filoni service? And I say yes. Yes. Look, and that's what Favreau and Filoni did. They put the Mandalorian together, and they were basically playing with their Star Wars figures. Aries, what are you talking about? They were playing with their Star Wars figures. They brought back Boba Fett. He survived the Sarlacc pit. The thing ate him. Then he came out of the mouth. Kind of like how, if you put that together, how Din Djarin, kind of jetpacked out of the Crate Dragon's mouth. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, come on. They brought in Luke. A very confident Luke. A very Jawa off-world egg juice, lightsaber wielding, tough and exciting superhero Luke. They brought in Ahsoka Tano. They brought in Bo-Katan. They mentioned Grand Admiral Thrawn. They brought in R5. Come on, they had Gamorrean guards fighting it out. It's exciting, isn't it? And that's what this is all about. And I'm pretty darn excited about how Hot Toys is going to release all of these figures and announce all of these figures. And it's just a real exciting time. And yeah, I have to budget. Yeah, you're going to have to budget. Yeah, I won't have every figure. Guess what? Even before this fourth quarter, and even before the Mandalorian Season 2, I got news for you. I couldn't have every figure then either. What's the difference between then and now? No difference. It's only difference in your mind. But I can't. I can't do it. That is why you fail. Take it from Master Yoda and the Hot Toys Wizard. You can do it, baby. And you can have the power of positivity as well. All you have to do is believe. Some of you WWE fans will just catch what I did. Why do I watch WWE? Because I want to have fun, baby. There's enough serious stuff we do in life. Let me put on my serious face. Serious. And get the right head shake. Serious. Yes, serious. Oh, problem. Oh, yeah. Get the heck out of here. I don't want any of that. Not with this. I'm going to spill some coffee. I'm sure after a hard day's work, you want to spill it as well. And that's what Favreau and Filoni did. Favreau and Filoni spilled their coffee, baby. Come on, look at everything that they gave us there. We all had big smiles on our faces. And they're going to put a lot more smiles on my face anyway, with what they're going to do with the Book of Boba Fett. Because, is it possible we're going to see Bossk? Is it possible we're going to see Cad Bane? Is it possible we're going to see Dengar and IG-88? Who knows? Maybe we'll see Aura Singh. They can't do that. The dude from Solo said that he killed her. Okay, great. And I smacked Jabba the Hutt in the face too. You believe that? Because pizza is gonna send out for you. Come on, this is science fiction. This is science fiction. This is a long time ago in a galaxy far away. Based on a true story. Get out of here. And I'm drinking this for a special someone that subscribes to me. Hope you catch this, my friend. Anyway. I can't wait for these Hot Toys unveils. And I really dig a lot of the figures anyway that they teased at Sideshow Con, and then a lot of the same ones again at New York Comic Con. And there's a few of those that I really want. And then I think they're going to come out with ones out of left field. You know, the Mace Windu, a Padme, a Return of the Jedi, Darth Vader. Are you kidding me? Maybe we get a Bespin Han, an Endor Han. an Endor Han and Chewie 2-pack, an R2, C-3PO 2-pack. You kidding me? A Luke and a Tauntaun? A haunted? Oh, forget about it. Yeah. The Commander Gree? Clone Commander Wolf? Wow. And, what am I going to do is, I'm going to, a lot of the other stuff that is up. If it gets too much, I'm going to take what's more important to me. So, if something comes out at the same time and I got to choose between Moff Gideon or Mace Windu, I'm probably going to choose Mace Windu. And I'm not going to lose sleep or get aggravated or become negative on it because I didn't get to get, Moff Gideon. It's just, I'd rather have Grand Admiral Thrawn anyway. He's going to be more in charge than him. Just saying. Just saying. We know no sweat for me. Yeah, I know what I want to get. And, I budgeted out accordingly. It's kind of like when I went into Hot Toys, baby. There's still so many Star Wars Hot Toys figures I just can't get. They're just too pricey. I don't got the Rectocratic. I don't got Chirrut Ibwe. I don't got Jyn Erso. I don't got K2SO. I don't got Tarkin. I don't got Chewbacca. Why, Aries? And how do you have so much fun? I just pointed all those out. I'm not stressing over it. I'm having fun. So I'm going to do the same darn thing when they announce these figures. I may not get ones that aren't as important to me, like Moff Gideon. Or, for instance, like an IG-11. Or a Frog Lady if they come out with that. Or this one or that one. It's no sweat for me. Give me the selection. You're going to give me a selection that's going to include 3PO and Lando and a Luke and Han Hoth? I'll get those. Believe me, I wouldn't be sweating bullets about, but I missed out on the Frog Lady. You kidding me? Love the Frog Lady. Can't wait to watch that. If I can afford it, I'll get it. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, baby. You're gonna be Hot Toys, though? And you're going to give me a Hoth Luke? Are you kidding me? Oh, man. Man, come on. You all know what I'm talking about. I'm going to spill some coffee. I'm going to spill some coffee if they give us that stuff. Look at that. And I hope this isn't $800, but you know what? Even if it was, I'd still smile. I probably wouldn't get IG-11 and Quill. That's okay. Just give me this. Give me this. I'll tell you what. Is it possible, if this is the only releases that Hot Toys did in 2022, the only announcements was to announce Hoth Luke and Hoth Han and Tauntaun, would that satisfy me? And I say, yes, that's fine. But Aries, what are you going to do if they give you another heavy infantry Mandalorian or another armor or this or that? I'm not going to buy them. It's the same thing what I did when I came into Hot Toys. Why don't you have Krennic? I can't afford it. Then why are you positive? Because I know I can't afford it. I still like it. Come on. There's some collectors out there, collectors I'm friends with, that have 80 times the amount collection that I have. And maybe because I'm an old dog, I just don't have any FOMO. I really don't. I don't have any of this FOMO stuff. But people do. And I think once you come to a realization that there's going to be some people that have bigger houses, more expensive cars, more jewelry, and more this, but I don't need any of that stuff. And I don't really, quite honestly, I don't have the room for every figure. I'll find room for this, though. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. To me, it doesn't matter. Because people ask me all the time, they're like, Aries, what do you think of the storm? The storm, the storm. Do you think there is a storm? Yes. Yes, of course. There's a storm. And there's a lot of figures getting released at once. But I'm doing the same thing I've always done anyway. It doesn't really pertain to me. How did you handle there's already been a storm with Marvel, guys and gals. That's not even a storm. That's a galactic disaster. Forget it. You got 96 of them in stock or on pre-order, and not including quarter scale, not including coming soon, not including secondary market. Are you kidding me? Hey, I really want to get into Marvel Hot Toys. Good luck. Unless you have a disposition where you don't need to have every single figure. Yeah, for me, if actually, if I got into Marvel, this is the easiest thing for me. Because they basically have everything, almost everything, that you would want character-wise. So you can go ahead and just, you can pick one Iron Man. You can pick the one Spider-Man. Pick the one, Captain America. You could pick the one, Black Widow that you want, and so on and so forth. The selection's fine, right? I'm not hearing any talk about a disaster with Marvel. There's 8,000,000 more figures than Star Wars. What's going to happen when Star Wars, if they have as many figures as that? The same thing. You're just going to have a selection and get what you want. The FOMO thing is real interesting to me. How many of you have FOMO on Venom? That's on Waitlist. I'm sure there's some Venom fans that have the FOMO on it. The Carnage or the Mud Trooper. I don't have the Mud Trooper either. Why? Because I don't have FOMO. I just missed out on it. Some figures I'm not getting. I can't get them all. You gotta get that mindset. If you can get them all, get them all. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself. And some people can't get them all because they don't have the room. Room would be an issue. To look around, it's an issue. Like I don't have the room too. It's an issue. I get what I want. And if it's something I really want, if you don't know me by now, you should know that I really, 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 really want the Boba Fett 2-pack. Do you hear what I'm saying? I want that particular figure. Here it is. Do I have FOMO on this? Sure, if you want to call it FOMO. But this is a figure I absolutely want, whether you're buying it, or you love it, or you don't love it. I don't even know how many of you in this community even care about vintage Star Wars. That doesn't matter to me. I love it because I love it. I can care less if you like it. No offense. And I could care less if you're buying this or not. And I could care less if this deflates in value to $2.99. I'm buying it for the $495, baby. I don't fear this. If you're collecting this because you gotta have what everybody else has, let's get out of the second grade. Let's get out of the second grade. Show my age. Everyone had an eraser mate. I needed eraser mates. You had the yellow one. I need the brown one. I need the black one. I need the blue one. The light blue ones are always the easiest to get. Really like the black ones. Some of you know what I'm talking about. It's probably pretty old. I'm not in the second grade anymore. I could care less what you think about this. I'm buying this, and I know that they're not going to make that many of these. That's why I'm buying it. That's why I'm picking it up. Sideshow is in the business of trying to make money and come out of COVID now, and they're trying to make a lot of moves, as is evident in the community, right? You know some of the things that are going on with Sideshow, right? And whether it's right or wrong, for me, it doesn't really matter. And that's not really what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is they're making moves because that they're looking on how to save on a dollar. And I keep hearing about, the possibility with this. There's going to be so much dead stock. Let me play devil's advocate to this and suggest to you, is it possible that Sideshow is thinking they're going to have a lot of dead stock too? And then you have to wonder if they're making concessions to decrease the volume of what they're going to receive in California. And let me tell you, from someone that's been in production for most of my career, you're not always going to do the same thing. You kind of wish you could always produce the same volumes to be able to have the books look the same. And sometimes when that doesn't happen, you need to be innovative. And you need to start producing other things. And sometimes the way that you make up for what you're losing is to come up with more. And even though they might not sell as much as the past, you got more of a variety now. There's a reason, I brought this up before, why Cheerios has so many different flavors now. There's a reason why Coca-Cola has so many different flavors. Do I got to bring up Dr. Pepper and cream soda again? They're trying to make money right now. They're not going to sit on this figure for $500. And yeah, it's true. The chips are going to be down. The chips are going to be down. What you going to do when this figure comes out on you and there's 70 others? Well, you might cancel your pre-order. That's true. But you don't think Sideshow knows that? And is it possible that they're making moves right now in the community to kind of adjust to make more money? And I say, yes. So then you have to think that they're probably making other moves, right? No, Hot Toys, we'll take about this much. Because we figured this much are going to cancel out. And we don't want all this dead stock because we're certainly not going to be losing, especially with this item, on offering free shipping. One and one makes two, folks. And if certain companies aren't putting one and one together, shame on them. There's going to be adjustments. I say that they are making adjustments. And that is why I pre-ordered this, not because somebody in the community has it and I want to be cool too and have it, because I really want this, could care less whoever has it in the community. And my experience and all the years on this earth is telling me they're not going to have that much dead stock on this. But they do on the best car areas, the best car Mandalorian, yeah, and they're giving away free shipping. Free shipping. Think they're happy about that? That's money they're paying. You think that they're spilling their coffee? Let's do that again. It's possible. I could be dead wrong. I could be dead wrong. I just don't think I am. Which is why I pre-ordered this. Because I really believe it. And if Sideshow is going to be in the business where they're going to just continually keep so much dead stock and they're going to have to give away free shipping and they're not going to be able to move things unless they have all these for sale things, they're going to go like all other companies that do that. They're not going to last. Especially in this COVID environment. Look, I brought that up in the beginning of the show. Adjustments are being made. Hard looks at practices in business are being examined. Hard analysis is taking place. And as I also mentioned, look at all the things that Sideshow is doing already. And you have to wonder then, are they looking at things like this too? And I say, yes. Let me tell you something, folks. When it comes to any of the figures that are near and dear to your heart, and you know 1,050% that you're going to 1,050% buy that figure, and it makes no difference to you if this one gets it, or that one gets it, or FOMO here, or FOMO there, you just want it because you want it, may I suggest to you that you need to make plans to reserve it, whether it's with a comic shop, or whether it's with an NRD, or in some capacity as soon as the final production photos come out. Because I am telling you without a shadow of a doubt, Hot Toys is moving into the business of producing more in less quantities. I don't think there's so much FOMO as there is a need to collect because there's nothing we really want right now, and we want to collect. I think there's more of that. Because if it's a figure that you 1,000% were going to get and you just love it and it's near and dear to your heart, you really can care less that if it's going to be an $800 figure in the secondary market or it's not. That's what happened with the heavy infantry Mandalorian. It went on Waitlist. But half the people didn't want that figure. I'm just saying they didn't want it. I have it because I already had it. I already was getting it before that happened. This is why I got it. That was an interest to me. But for a lot of collectors, it wasn't of interest. It's of interest now because a lot of collectors, including myself, and I've been in this before and I still work on it, you like to know that the figures within your collection are worth something. You do. You like to know that they're worth something. It's cool, isn't it? It's cool to buy something at retail at a double in price, triple in price. Go up 33% in price, even 10% in price. It's cool. And sometimes you get into this habit too. It's not so much FOMO. It's kind of like, oh, I got to get this figure because it's going to be expensive. No, then you start getting into the whole thing, I'm collecting because I want a small fortune, even though I really don't plan on selling them. But it's cool to know that I have all this, like, a 401k or something. Look, there's so many facets that go into this. It's not even funny. I really love the best car Mandalorian with the 2 Grogus at Deluxe. That is an awesome set. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be worth. That's not going to be worth anything. They just made too many of them. I could care less. No, it's not why I bought that. I already could have told you that. I do this market stuff here. But I got it. Why? Because I like it. I don't plan on selling it. And it's a must-have for my collection. Whether they make 2,000 of them or 200,000. I didn't have FOMO of that figure. I needed that figure. I love that figure. I want the 2 Grogus. If they made 500 of the Short Trooper, $500, and I knew it. Maybe pull this up on the screen. Let me pull this up. If I knew from insider information he only made 500 of these, is it possible that I would buy this figure? And I say, no. Why? It'd be worth so much. How much is it going to be worth? Okay, even if it was, they made 200 of this, it was $1,000. I don't want the $1,000 from this. I don't want to ship it. And go through eBay or go through a Facebook group. And how did you get the figure? Did it come in okay? Oh, there's a spot on it, or the plastic's a little bit. I don't want to go through that. It's not enough money. It's not enough money. I've been through this before with vintage stuff, and that is some money. Not this stuff here. Not yet. I don't care. I don't care. It's not why I get it. I don't fear missing out on any of these. You shouldn't either. If you're going to use the term FOMO, fear of missing out because the figure you really deeply desire, like for me, the Boba Fett 2-pack, and you really think that they're just not going to make a whole lot of them or it won't be in stock for very long, then that's a good move. That's not FOMO. That's jumping on it, baby. But I think it's going to be worth a lot. They're not going to make a lot, and everyone else is going to get it, and I really don't want it, but I want to get this because I got FOMO. Well, then you're right. Then you got FOMO. Are you wrong for feeling that way now, too? I think we've all been through it as collectors. I'm just pointing out with some of my experience, which is vast. Don't fall into that. But don't bury your head in the sand either, thinking that these are just going to be in stock because Beskar Mandalorian's in there, or because something that Hot Toys did pre-COVID. Because it's a different game now. Because Hot Toys and Sideshow certainly are not doing the same thing right now, are they? So put 2 and 2 together, which equals 4, and realize that they're probably not going to be doing the same thing production-wise either. That's my call anyway. Look! It's an awesome time to be a Star Wars fan. I'm going to put something on the screen that might hit waitlist before it gets in stock. But if you don't want this figure, don't get this figure. Don't have FOMO with this. Unless you really, really want it. If you really, really want this, and you really, really want this, you should probably plan for it. This might be some of the lowest production runs in the history of Hot Toys. I'll never tell you. Are you getting it, Aries? No. If I had more of a budget, I'd pick it up. They're cool. I think all the Hot Toys are cool. Probably start getting into Marvel. I just don't. But no, this is not. I want Hoth Luke. I don't want this. I want the Mandalorian figures. I want the Bo-Katan. I want the they come out with the Cosca Reeves. The Axe Wolves, the Cobb Vanth, those type of figures. Oh yeah, they can be a Grief Karga. Probably get the Quill by itself. Yeah, I mean, some of the figures I love the Mandalorian, but some of these other ones I'm just not going to get. I mean, if I have to choose between them and a Bespin Luke that comes out, or a Darth Vader Return of the Jedi, or something like that, it's a no-brainer for me. I'm not interested at all. And just like with the Mud Trooper, it's like it's fine. It's totally fine. I don't need every figure. I don't. I need this. I need this. I actually need this. I love Justified. Timothy Oliphant. And with this moment, this is like an OT moment, even though it's not anything to do with the OT. This is just automatic for me. These are the kind of figures I want. For me. I need this. Again, but I might not be able to get, whatever. Another Death Trooper from the Mandalorian. Who cares? You're not going to be able to get the Dark Trooper. Who cares? But it's going to be worth a lot. Who cares? You're going to miss out. Who cares? You think I'd get this Han and Chewie 2-pack because I have FOMO? Because someone else got it? I'm going to get it because I want it. I could care less if you don't get it. And I could care less if it's, like I said, $3.99 in the bargain bin. I'm getting it. I hope this was a help. I hope my insight gives you some help to be able to try and navigate all these Star Wars releases that are coming out at once. The pre-orders for Star Wars, which are going to get way more vast. They're going to get a lot of announcements. If you're getting into Marvel, it's not even a storm anymore. It's the apocalypse, Hope this kind of helps you to be able to get into it. If you get into vintage Star Wars, that's the apocalypse too. You get into G.I. Joes, that's the apocalypse. You get into any of this collecting, have a budget. I'm so excited about Star Wars Hot Toys. I'm so excited about Star Wars in general. Wow. And remember, the negativity in anything is not going to foster a lot of growth or health. That's what happened with Star Wars, whether you liked it or not. And a lot of the people that weren't diehard Star Wars fans, they were casual Star Wars fans that, quite frankly, really enjoyed The Last Jedi and a lot of the movies. They didn't quite understand what was going on. The negativity just feeds that. It really does. Hard to grow. Well, Star Wars is growing again. And Favreau and Filoni are giving us a lot of things that I think a lot of us are enjoying. And I just can't wait. And if they give me these Star Wars Hot Toys figures that are going to be really figures that I want, that's okay if I can't get every Star Wars Hot Toy figures. Quite frankly, they have a lot of stuff up there I really don't need. But there's stuff that I really do want, like C-3PO, Return of the Jedi Vader. Some figures like that. It's really what I want. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. And please go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I so very, very much appreciate your support. And if you liked what you heard here today, and you would like some expanded analysis or some heightened thoughts, you may want to consider becoming a Cantina Insider. All you got to do is click on that little join button in the channel, see everything that it comes with. And if you think it could benefit you and it interests you, you may want to consider joining. Now, if you want a preview, just go to 6scalecantina.com. Why 6scalecantina.com? Because when you go to the homepage here, you can just scroll down a little bit. You'll see a little blue banner. It says Cantina Insider. And it gives you just a little bit of a taste of some of the video banners that are up that'll tell you a few of the videos that are up there. Like Rex Unboxing. What goes into the chart, baby? The Wizard in person. Are you kidding me? Yes, the Wizard hosts the show. The NWO with Grogu. So on and so forth. You can click on any of these banners in here or click on the little join button. It'll take you to everything that it comes with. If you think it could benefit you, you may want to consider it. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram or on Facebook, I have the links in the video description below. And why that's important, if you like my content, is there's going to be some crazy announcements, reveals that are going to be coming out over the next couple of months. And I'll probably go live in Raw, and you probably won't know I'm live in Raw. But if you follow me on there, you'll know. And if you subscribe to me here and hit the notification button, you'll know as well. So definitely go ahead and do those things. And again, I appreciate the support. Remember, many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. Stay thirsty, my friends.